Okay, I want to talk about Klingenschmitt, or however you pronounce this guy's name. Link down below to a great interview he was on, where this guy just took him to task on just about everything. And I want to deal with some of the stuff that he said here. He talked about how he was, got in trouble for proselytizing, for telling people about Jesus, and how that was discrimination against Christians. The problem is that what he did is wrong. He's not allowed to preach, to proselytize, especially in the military where you have captive audiences. And you can't necessarily say, no, I don't want to listen to this if a commanding officer tells you something. Of course, they try to make it out to be all about their rights. The military is a place for people to defend their country, or supposedly at least. It's not a place for the religious to take advantage of soldiers in need. Places, if the soldiers want to hear about Jesus, that's fine. But if somebody's dying and he's a Muslim or a Jew, how offensive, how inconsiderate is it to try to proselytize to them on their deathbed? What kind of uproar would it be if Muslims were walking up to soldiers who were Christians and telling them to convert to Islam? They'd be thrown out of the military. They'd probably be executed, whether legally or mob justice. And yet Christians get so offended when they're not allowed to do this. It's just crazy. Of course, he also deals with the issue about Christians being discriminated against by not being allowed to discriminate against gays, because it's their religious beliefs. I'm sorry, but we don't allow discrimination. I don't give a fuck if you're Muslim, Jew, Christian, Buddhist, whatever. If your business caters to the public, you have no right to discriminate against anyone for any reason. Woman, religious, gay, straight, whatever you don't like. Your job is not to cater to those only you like. We've been through this in the past, where in some towns almost nobody would cater to blacks. And with the way things are in the United States, if somebody's an open gay, I can easily see some towns completely discriminating against him, where he can't go to any place, buy anything. He gets run out of town. Your rights do not allow you to discriminate and to treat people poorly. Yes, technically this is discrimination, but we have a right to take away your right to discriminate against others. Everybody has to be treated the same. Whether you're Christian or Muslim, we're treating you just as we treat the racists. Racists aren't allowed to discriminate, neither are you. Also, he got into a whole deal about gay marriage. Again, it goes into this whole thing about it's his beliefs, his religion, and he wants to legislate about his beliefs. If you can't give a secular reason for something, then we shouldn't be legislating it. This is simple. This whole fear of gay marriage is based on bullshit. The fear that countries are going to fall apart. Much of the world already allows gays to get married. The world hasn't fallen apart. In fact, the only downsides of it so far seem to be from the religious, who have rioted or gone crazy or gotten in trouble, doing stuff that was illegal in response. There's already calls in the United States if gay marriage becomes legal to have civil disobedience. There has to be some grounds for reason in all this. I don't know. Watch the whole interview, and I'm sure there's stuff I forgot, but he's just crazy with what he was talking about. This guy and this seems to be so prevalent with a lot of Christians. And I hear his sentiments with many Christians that I know and like, just not to the extreme, not all at once. So, I'd like to hear your thoughts. Rate, comment, subscribe. Also, tell me what do you guys think of the new YouTube finally 100% getting rid of the grid subscription box and giving this bullshit pull down thing that is just completely useless. Doesn't even show half the videos, and you have to manually remove them every time you watch a video. It's just stupid.